Let's talk about the best builds from D&D 5th edition that work awesome for Baldur's Gate 3. Since Baldur's Gate 3 is basically the PC version of playing Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition, there are a lot of crossover builds from the tabletop to Baldur's Gate 3. Let's get into my favorites, and feel free to drop your favorite builds in the comments as you watch. I want to start with the Barbarian Class, an absolute monster on the battlefield. And my favorite subclass is the Berserker, and going Half-Orc as your race with soldier background and skills in Athletics and Intimidation. Grab up that Everburn Blade in the very beginning on the Nautiloid, and you will be powerhousing your way through Baldur's Gate 3 with ease. This Barbarian build will be up close and personal, getting additional melee attacks and rage. The reason I like the Half-Orc for the Berserker Barbarian is because of savage attacks, which triples your damage dice on a crit hit. Normally your dice is doubled, so this added damage is insane. Then with the soldier background, you get that bonus for Intimidation. I highly recommend keeping potions on hand for your Barbarian. You'll be attracting a lot of attention on the battlefield. Now real quick, let's talk about the sponsor of today's video. If you're like me and you like collecting and managing heroes to save the world, when the developers reached out to me to talk about their hero collector fantasy RPG Bloodlines, Heroes of Lithas, I was excited to tell you guys all about it. This isn't your average mobile RPG. You can make your own champions through their heir system, where you marry elves, demons, demigods, orcs, lycans, dwarves, dragonborn, or vampires to create an infinite amount of heroes to play with. I have a link in the description as well as a QR code you can scan to give it a shot. It's free to play, but with my special offer using the QR code, you can get an incredible starter pack worth $20 for free. One reason Bloodline Heroes of Lithas stands out is that it looks gorgeous, with full 3D graphics and endless possibilities for your lineups and matchmaking, and full of strategy gameplay. You'll get addicted like I have to marrying bloodlines, passing down their talents and traits, and making new appearances. Bloodlines Heroes of Lithas is always updating, releasing new bloodlines with unique abilities and new content, so you always have new things to do, with these updates releasing every 2 weeks. And I haven't even talked about the PvP, where you can take part in massive seasonal guild wars in order to acquire unique hybrid champions, test your creations and lineups against other players, and prove you have what it takes. Bloodlines Heroes of Lithas has gameplay that includes raising heirs, which allows you to switch genders of your companions at your will, build your kingdom with a full economy, and play through the full storyline that is always being added to and updates in gorgeous high-detail terrain and strategic gameplay. Grab up Bloodline Heroes of Lithas by scanning my QR code that I've been offered to you, my viewers, or use the link in my description of the video and get the special starter pack, which gets you 1 summoning crystal, 10,000 gold, 100 diamonds, all that worth $20 for free. And as a special thanks to my viewers, the developers are offering the first 30 players who leave their in-game account ID and username in the pinned comment right below this video will get a free legendary female orc champion Ugrul, one of the best warriors to have in the game. So try Bloodlines Heroes of Lithas today. I just know you're gonna love it. Alright, now let's talk about the Paladin in Baldur's Gate 3. The Oath of the Ancients is hands down the most powerful of the Paladin builds. For race, the Dragonborn, with soldier background and skills in Athletics and Intimidation. Although going two-hand is very exciting, I get it, but for this build I actually do recommend going sword and board for survivability. The Oath of the Ancients Paladin in Baldur's Gate 3 has area of effect healing with heavy armor and weapon proficiencies and magical spellcasting. This Pally build in Baldur's Gate 3 makes me swoon with love and excitement. At 2nd level, grab up Dueling as your fighting style, and at level 4 get the Ability Improvement feat, and then dump it into Charisma. You'll be the frontline guy and also offering heals and boons to your allies. The Paladin is my favorite class so far. And now for the Bard in Baldur's Gate 3. A solid mix of utility and combat, I'd recommend the College of Valour. I like going Wood Half-Elf with the entertainer background, skills in acrobatics and performance, and for spells get Healing Word, Heroism, Dissonant Whispers, and Thunderwave. This is a great mix of utility and damage in my opinion. By going College of Valour, you get Combat Inspiration, where a 1d6 can be added to the next weapon attack or the AC for an attack. You also get medium armor proficiency, shield proficiency, and martial weapon proficiency. Now remember that you can't pick your subclass for Bard until you get to level 2. Remember that the primary stat for your Bard is going to be Charisma for spellcasting. With the Wood Half-Elf, you'll get the Fey Ancestry to resist Charm and Sleep, Fleet of Foot for better movement, and Mask of the Wild for stealth proficiency. Bardic Inspiration is a key part of playing the Bard in Baldur's Gate 3 because it allows allies to gain a 1d6 bonus to attack rolls, ability checks, or saving throws, and can be used whenever they want. At level 1, the Bard can Charm Person. At level 2, Crown of Madness. Level 3, Mage Hand and Cloud of Daggers. Fear at level 4. Knock at level 5. Phantasmal Force at level 6. Polymorph at level 7, Dimension Door at level 8, and also at level 8, grab up the ability improvement for Charisma, and at level 9, you'll get Mass Cure Wounds. By this point, your Bard will feel so powerful, I guarantee you'll love it. And I feel the Bard in Baldur's Gate 3 is a very perfect transfer from D&D tabletop into this PC video game. Bard lovers should definitely be rejoicing at Baldur's Gate 3. And now for my final favorite build in Baldur's Gate 3, the Warlock Fiend build. Look, I know everybody else, I get it. Everybody else wants to go with a different build. I still love the Fiend build. I think it's absolutely awesome. The Eldritch Blast is your cantrip. It's going to be your main tool, the main thing you use for consistent damage from afar. And with this build, we'll be focusing on this cantrip paired with Hex to debuff your soon-to-be dead enemies. A big reason the Warlock is so powerful is their ability to regain spell slots from a short rest, as most casters have to wait for a full rest. The Warlock will want to focus on Charisma as their primary stat, go with Fiend, so you will get Dark One's Blessing, which means you get hit points back when you kill a foe. At level 6, you will get Dark One's Own Luck, which adds a 1d10 to any ability check for the Warlock, and at level 10, you'll get Fiendish Resilience, where you get to choose one damage type and become resistant to it. The reason I love the Fiend Warlock is that it has the highest survivability in combat, in my opinion, able to get in close without dying every time. It's an extremely fun class and will often one-shot enemies. And in Baldur's Gate 3, oftentimes, the battle is won by how fast you can eliminate the most baddies in your way. These are my favorite builds in Baldur's Gate 3. Are you playing any of them? What is your favorite build in Baldur's Gate 3 that you've found so far? Let me know in the comments. One of my favorite parts about Baldur's Gate 3 is how well it translates Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition into a video game form, which RPG developers have been trying to do for decades. Baldur's Gate 3 is finally a game that captures every essence of the D&D tabletop into a form we can enjoy with friends, solo, or any way we want, anytime we want, and I think it is absolutely jaw-dropping to behold. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe, and please help me out by sharing this video and my other Baldur's Gate 3 videos on the channel, on your social media, so others can come partake in our conversations in the comments. And until next time, my friends, God bless and happy gaming. I want to give a very special thank you to the members of Napalm for your contributions month over month in keeping me full-time. You help me pay the bills so I can keep streaming and pumping out content, and I truly appreciate all of you. Thank you so much, and I think you might be interested in becoming a member of the channel. Please click the join button down below the video for more information and join our family. And I want to give an extremely big shout out to the Lords of Napalm: Bounty Code, Jared Woodhouse, Daimlos, Sparrow, Christopher Hensel, Random Rob, Zelic Lid, Rodney Mom, Vander, Galorane Moonsong, What's the Takeaway, Trips, Bad Wolf Gaming, Richard Glass, Chrono Guru, Kobold, and William Long. Thank you for your highest tier membership.